Businessman behind a post on Facebook that said he'd refused service to outwardly gay people is now the victim of vandals. His shop was hit overnight with graffiti and 2 of the windows were busted. But in spite of it all, tonight at 6 o'clock, he is telling 24-Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks that he would do the same post all over again. Leon?
Susan, good evening. Take a look at some of the damage here. This one, on middle of the night, rock through the window. The owner says he realizes some of his views may be unpopular. In addition to this rock through the window, there were also 3 cars that were vandalized and graffiti placed around the building. But the owner says while his views may be unpopular, his plight is about principle.
And it is my viewpoint that man and woman should be put together within the specifications of the designer, and the instruction booklet to be used would be the Word of God.
In less than a week, it went from provocative to viral to vandalism, and now this, rocks through the glass and graffiti at Diesel Tech in Grandville, but the owner remains undeterred when it comes to his message. Are you angry?
Not at all, not at all. I'm a frustrated person, but I'm not a hateful person. All that's doing is getting me fired up to be a powerhouse for Christ.
Clowder's ride in the headline started last week after this online posting. In it, he said plainly that he would not hesitate to refuse service to openly gay customers. He says that applies to customers who come into his shop displaying that they're homosexual. He says it's about living a Christian lifestyle.
Whether it's heterosexual or homosexual immoral behavior, it's not going to be accepted here. I'll be asked, I will ask those people to leave.
Clowder has been attacked online and the phones ring constantly at his business. He says he's even gotten death threats like this one.
You will be killed.
To save this message,
left on his voicemail at work. Clowder says some who claim he's intolerant don't seem to be willing to tolerate his views. And what happened overnight, he says, takes it to the extreme.
I would love to sit down and have coffee with anyone and discuss the gospel and what I believe, and I would also lend an ear to their opinion. But I certainly wouldn't vandalize their shop or attempt to put them out of business just because they had a viewpoint. I think that's the most ridiculous of this whole situation.
Clowder has cleaned up some of the graffiti. You can see scrubbed off the door here on the garage. He says he's also gotten some support. In fact, while we were here, a man walked in to the business here and shook Clowder's hand to thank him for expressing his viewpoints. Sue and Brian.
Okay. Leon Hendricks reporting live tonight. Thank you for that.